Greetings, FTR viewers. Today we are featuring Play Airlines. They are a very young airline. They began operation June 24th, 2021 with their first flight from Keflavik to London Stansted. They currently have one place where they fly out of Canada, and that is in Hamilton. This is the Hamilton Airport. As you can see, it's quite small, but that's good because it's simple and easy and no hassle. So now, as Hamilton is small, there isn't much option for purchasing food to take on to this airline because, as usual, budget airline doesn't include food. You have to buy your own. There is a Tim Hortons, but the side that's on the other side of security only offers the donuts and muffins, so that's not a ton of selection. There's this little cafeteria-like thing that sells sandwiches and fajita wraps and shepherd's pie, which they can heat up for you, and that's like over $15. And then with Play, they have a meal deal where it's €12 and you get a main thing, a drink, and a snack with it. So we felt it was a better deal than to just price out individual things at this cafeteria. So you can see this menu here. These are the options that they offer. Not a ton of selection. And you will see what the food looks like in a moment. In the meantime, as we're still perusing this menu, I just want to give you a quick idea of how affordable this airline is. With purchasing our flights through Porter and Play, and then doing 2 nights in Toronto, and including the lift from the airport to the hotels, visiting a castle, visiting the Toronto Zoo, all of those things were still cheaper had we purchased with another airline to go directly from Edmonton to Stockholm. That is how affordable this airline is. So here's what one of the three options looks like. This is the margarita pizza, and then the snack that my child chose was a Mars bar and the Appleton drink. And then this is the ham and cheese baguette. This is how big it is. And then I chose the Riz, which is a rice puff with Icelandic chocolate, and the Appleton drink as well. All right, now as you can see, the legroom is pretty standard. It was a fairly comfortable is a strong word for airplanes for me. It was a fairly standard airplane experience. I wasn't uncomfortable. I wasn't miserable. We were actually lucky because there was no one in the window seat beside us, so we had an extra space to stretch our legs out. So now this is the second flight. I did not like this. This was super cramped. I'm short and my knees were almost touching the chair. I like that they have the red lights, so that was pretty. It was a newer plane. The Hamilton to Keflavik portion of the flight was 5 hours and it was decent. The Keflavik to Stockholm was 2 hours and 45 minutes, and that was very uncomfortable. I was a little bit miserable. It could have been because it was our third flight at the time. Maybe that attributed to my extra miserable feelings. Here is the view of Iceland as we were coming in for landing. Sadly, there was rain and cloud cover, so we couldn't see much, and the volcano was erupting, but we weren't able to see it. Hopefully on the way back we'll get to see it. So I'm going to give you a couple of stats here. They have a fleet of 10 Airbuses 320 and 321. They have 44 destinations. Like I said, one is in Canada, and then there's 4 on the U.S. East Coast. The hub is in Keflavik, which is Iceland, and they give you the option to do anywhere from 1 to 10 days stay in Iceland for no extra charge to your ticket. But caveat, Iceland is very expensive. I mean, I think it would be cool to at least do one night, especially if you're single. That's easy because you're just paying for one person. But for a family, it's a bit of a decision to make because you're using this airline to save money already. So, yeah. April 2022 was their first flight to the U.S. East Coast. June 2023 was their first flight to Hamilton. So it's been 1 year since they've been flying in and out of Canada. And then in March of this year, so 2024, they did their first African destination, which is in Morocco. If you like this video, please do hit that like and subscribe so you can see more videos like these. Bon voyage and take care.